Hey everybody, it's Harold with Buckeye Outdoors. We are doing section 6 of Calvary Cemetery, the Calvary project. This is a pretty good sized swath, chunk of land here, and I believe there's another, and I'll try to find out, there's another section that borders it. That is 7 on the other side of that dividing line. We're not doing that. We're doing on and over. So let's take a look at what we got. There is another section up here that I have to kind of not get into. So a little complicated how they put the sections together, but they're almost impossible to tell apart. So again, this is getting into the hilly section. If you watch the other video, I believe it was 7, I talk about the geology of the area and the moraine and how icebergs have created the area as they have. Glacial till, glacial moraine. It's pretty cool, actually. I'm just always drawn to a spinny wheel. I don't know why that is. So, do pardon the breathing. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. It's been a lot of work, actually. A lot of territory to cover here. This section is looking like a lot of the end dates for the early 20s, mid or 50s. And let's see what we got here. I'm gonna bet that right away is section 23, but we'll find out for sure. So if I jump over, I apologize. It's a little hard to tell sometimes. That's a beautiful day in the 60s. Nice and cool out. Cool enough to have a fleece on out here. And let's check our section number, because I should have done this earlier. While we're here, prosecuting attorney Matthew Heck. He was kind of a big deal around here for a long time. Actually, Matt Heck Jr. Nope, we're good. All right. Latin. That thing's big. It's huge. All right, her burger. Mary Harris. Father William Ozile, Mother Anna. Daughter. I used to really have a thing about titles back then. Like, I've seen some wife. It's like, really? Just wife. Then the husband. I don't know. I don't understand why people do things, but they do. It's what they do. Wow. Boy, yeah, look at the dates on that. Yikes. Veronica Keller. A lot of these copper, bronze, metal crosses up here. I kind of like the way they look. Sometimes they look like they fall apart, though. I don't know, part of the way they made them. Louisa, father, mother, daddy. Okay, now that's a little bit more, less formal, right? It's one of the trees that needs to be trimmed. Tombstone knocked over. Again, the maintenance hasn't been as bad in this section. Like, that one's off its base. Things you kind of pick up on, you know. Some things really tend to bother me, but that's just me. Like, that's completely knocked over. Right? No reason for that. Bashano, Sweeney. I always like these. I always like getting a face with a name. Joseph Vashano. It's always interesting. This is Mary. He's like getting a face with a name though. Really, these hills are big out here. Helps you to really kind of connect with the people. You know, I always felt that way. There's a lot of unmarked ones up here too. This is getting a little old now. Another knocked over stone. Pardon me there. I had to cover the microphone. I had blown your ears out. Yeah. A little hard to walk. You see it more to getting up here in the hill. Beautiful out here. It gets better as we go up. Seems like the hilltops and corner areas were prime real estate, as it seems, to buy one of these plots back in the day. Because as far as I know, these sections are filled. There's no vacancies, and obviously you'll see empty spots, but I guess it's somebody that never collected on their tombstone, or maybe somebody's buried there. There's just no stone. Who knows? Okay, so George Edward and Mary Sachs. He was one of the brewers of Dayton. Pharmacist who owned. You can pause that and read it. Oriental Tea Company. Sachs Prudent Ale Company. Now we're getting into some of the big stones here. Got this giant obelisk over here. Let's see here. You can pause that if you would like to. He was a cigar maker, largest manufacturer of cigars in Dayton. Look at that. That thing must be 35, 40 foot tall. And now we have another of the Schaefer family. This would be Joseph. Another one in the cigar business. He was 6'6" and weighed over 300 pounds. Oh my goodness. Died of a stroke. This guy was, wow, tall. Tall to say the least, right? That's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. This is one of the taller obelisks here. I mean, the base of this thing. My goodness, that's huge. My phone may have been interrupted there. I had a call coming in and didn't know it. So if there was a hiccup in the recording, what I was saying, I do apologize for that in advance. What a beautiful area up here. I had a feeling this section was going to be great, and it is. Just by driving around. Schwend, L.A. Schwend. Soaking the area here, right? And you can see, we'll come back to that, but there's one of those kettles, marine kettles over there. We spoke about in a different video some of the geology up here. Lip. Slip. Lip. Mother. Father. Another stone toppled over, another stone toppled over, stone toppled over, broken and toppled over. I have no idea what's going on there. You see a lot of that sometimes. It's unfortunate. But, you know, yeah, oh my goodness, look at that. Broken in pieces. This guy is really broken up pretty bad. What a shame. I know that these could be repaired. I just don't know how. You know, I don't know what all goes into repairing this kind of stuff, right? I don't. Here's one completely toppled over. That used to be right there. Again, you know, whose responsibility is it? That used to have a stone. I don't know where it's at. Who knows? So that, I guess that's the question, right? Is who is responsible? A haircut. Isn't that amazing? All right, we're gonna go up a few more. If I don't, this section's gonna take 3 hours. So 1920, 1928, 1920, dates of death. Another toppled stone. A broken stone. Okay, go up this hill. This is the summit of this section right here. And it's beautiful, ain't it? More toppled stones. Yeah, it's beautiful. Neat section. Another broken one. In fact, I don't know if this is. Nah, I bet it's over there. We're over there. The highest part of the cemetery. Michael Nugent. Wagner. You have some historical ones coming up. I just feel like they're staring at me. Maybe they are. Maybe. Seriously, I kind of like those. It's got the old patinaed metal, brass or copper, and right next to those old stones. Love to know the backstory on that one, right? Okay, so we have Green, Robert Breen, Maurice Breen. During business, hauled logs, smuggling away slaves in his wagon as part of the famous Underground Railroad. That's great. Important part of our history to remember right here, right? You can pause that if you would like. Yeah, the Underground Railroad, real big thing here in the Dayton, Ohio area. Many homes still exist today that have ties to the Underground Railroad. And really important part of our history. I need to go down here and check this marker, folks, to make sure I am not stomping on the wrong section, because literally on one island, I call it an island, just the land between all these roads. It could be a little confusing because there'll be 3 or 4 named sections. Yeah, so. Oh, what I wanted to point out was one that Nurse Angie did. You can see just bare and then one stone. There's actually tons of flat stones, so we are going to go back up to here, and we're actually almost done because I think I see where this section sits now. So, but yeah, we're almost done, guys. It's a nice section. A lot of problems with the stones. I really can't think of how much of that could be avoided, though, right? I mean, how do you stop it from happening? If I'm out of breath, these are some hills. Right? And I'm a hiker. Figure that out. Hills don't scare me. These hills are big. There's stone. So, just a beautiful day to be out here. It's fall. See, the leaves are turning. I believe this to be a ginkgo tree. And they're starting to turn already. And so that pretty much wraps it up for this section. I do hope you enjoyed it and hope you got a little something out of it about our area and this beautiful cemetery. Again, a few maintenance issues. But wow, beautiful section. Real whopper of a hill. Beautiful view from up here. And Woodman of the World Memorial. We'll end this with Najib Minham. Hope you all enjoyed it. Cheers.